Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining me today here at Gatsby Wow Designs.
My name is Jasmine, and today we are going to be continuing our 1920s Gatsby party themed planning. Today I have for you some activities that you can do at your own Gatsby party. I have a couple ideas. Some of them I used, one of them I did not, but either way, it's all fun. So let's get started. So I don't know about you, but sometimes throwing a themed party can be pretty difficult when you're trying to plan activities. However, I found on Etsy a great shop that will be able to suit all of your different theme needs, even if you're not doing a 1920s party. However, I was able to find a great Etsy seller that has a variety of different themes that you can choose from, and the games are actually pretty fun. Let's head on over to Etsy and take a look. So this is the Etsy shop that I was talking about. As you can see, it's by Twingevity Graphics. And so what I love about this is you have 8 different games that you can play. Some of these are factual games, others are your opinion. Would you prefer this or that? It is important to note that they are not editable, so you can't change them up. So they have, let me see, there we go. They have a full sheet, 8.5 by 11, and where you can print 2 per page, 5 by 7. The 5 by 7s seem to work really well for me. But what I love most about it is you have plenty of different types of games to choose from, and you don't have to do them all, but you can pick like 2 or 3 and go from there. For my particular party, I'm picking the 1920s trivia, the 1920 slang, because that sounds kind of fun, and then the guess those prices. And everybody honestly seemed to really love these. So if you are looking for some party games or some sort of fun activities, then you can go ahead and use this. Now, while you don't have to have prizes, those are optional. Of course, if you want to keep your budget low, they don't have to be anything fancy. Because I picked 3 games, I had 3 different prizes. One was just a $10 Amazon gift card. That way they can purchase whatever they want to purchase. Another was I went to the Dollar Tree and I picked up a fancy looking tumbler there, the ones that are textured, and they have their new summer palette out. So that was fun. I added some chocolates and so forth in there. For the third, I made a little gift basket. I got their wired small baskets. I added some popcorn and a variety of different gluten-free snacks. You can also add some small beverages. If you want, they have those sparkling grape juices that are fun. Or you could add soda. Really, it's kind of endless. Whatever you want to do. And so in total for the 3 prizes, I paid maybe $20, which isn't too bad. Some other activities that you can consider is if you are having it where the guests dress up, then you can have a best dressed contest. I was heavily considering that and really wanted to do it for the majority of the planning process, but in the end I didn't have enough time to put it together. And you know what, everybody had fun without it, but if you want to have a contest, that could also be super fun. You just have to decide like what kind of rules you want and so on and so forth, and then you could, make a little trophy or have like an extra little bonus prize for that, which would be a lot of fun. Another activity that you can have is dancing. And so there are so many different things you can do. Line dances, of course, are super popular. While we were eating, I had some of my favorite music playing, and I'm going to head on over to YouTube to show you that playlist. And I put it in a playlist because it helped me keep it all together. I got a free trial of YouTube Music, so that way I didn't have to worry about ads. And that was something that I could work on days before. I had a dancing playlist and also like a regular dinner music playlist. So let's head on over and look at that. So here is the 1920s music dinner that I selected. So I started out as people were coming in with a swing into the 1920s vibe. It has timeless jazz classics and really helped to just kind of set the mood before we started eating. While we were eating, my favorite artist for this is, as you can tell, Postmodern Jukebox. They do a lot of 1920s, 1930s covers. So pretty much I just picked songs that I knew that would be fun, kind of fit the theme. This one doesn't really fit the 1920s theme, but the sound of it does. But there's so many different options that you can choose from, and you can either dance to these or you can also just listen to them while you eat. This was a lot of fun because many of my guests recognized these songs, but because they were in a different style, they got really excited to hear them. And so that was always super, super fun. My last fun activity that you can have for your guests is a little photo booth, photo backdrop area. So for my party, I took and bought just a cheap $8 background from Amazon. I added some tinsel-y curtains to the front. I added some fun balloons. Did some different things. I had also bought a 1920s photo booth set with the little props to make it even more fun, and that was honestly probably a huge part of people having fun. They could take pictures that they could remember forever, and it was a relatively cheap but well worth it effort. So that about wraps it up for this video. Thank you so much for joining me today. In the next video, we are going to talk about decorations because, of course, those are the most important pieces. And then you'll also get a little sneak preview of the whole experience, from walking in the front door, giving the secret password, and then the view of everything. So I'm so excited to share that with you. Don't forget to hit the like button and the subscribe button if you would like to see those videos, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye!